All right, today we're going to take a look at the Valeton GP200 updating firmware. First thing you need to make sure is you have a USB-C cable plugged in the back of your unit and have that going out to your computer. And you need the software on your computer already. So if you don't have that, you can watch one of our other videos where we'll show you how to download and install or update the software. Today, we're going to take a look at updating the firmware. So if you have the software and you've made any changes to the presets on your unit, then you're going to want to update those or back them up. To do that, you simply go to the software, and up here you'll see over where you got your patch list, you can see there's two buttons here on the end. This is if you want to import, and the one pointed to the right is export. So you click on that, and it'll ask you if you want to export patches, and you click OK, and then you'll have to pick a place to save those. If you've used anything like the GP200 before, Line 6, other companies makes units similar. And they all have patches, and most of them won't hold all the patches you could have, but you can just create a directory somewhere on your hard drive, or you can save them to your desktop if you like. It may have a default place to save it, but make sure you put it somewhere that you can find it later, because if you do change all the settings on here and you want to go back to previous settings or presets, then you can actually click here and import those settings. You can put them back, okay? All right, with that said, let's first take a look at the website, because we're gonna have to go download the firmware file. So go to Valeton, VALETON.com, or .net, sorry, Valeton.net. Hover over, now this is not the home page, but this is the product page. But the menu is the same on all their pages. So you want to hover over support. From there, go down to downloads or download. And over to the right, you've got firmware, software, and user manual. So, the user manual is going to tell you how to do this as well. So you might want to download that and look over that. But the firmware, you click on firmware. That's going to take us to the firmware page, and here we're going to select GP200. This is the one. There's various series. This is the one I have is the GP200X. They have a GP200R, and which is red, I guess, and then they have another one that's standard. So when you click on that, it's going to take you to the firmware page. Be careful here, because sometimes these are not in order. You're looking for version 1.7.4. You're going to download that. I've already downloaded it, so click it. I save my downloads to the desktop, because after I install them, I usually delete them or drag them to my trash. But you can save it to your downloads folder, wherever you want to save it. So once that's downloaded, we're going to, let me get some things out of the way here. You'll see on your folder, when you download it, you're going to have something that like this folder here. And this is the 17, it gives you the number down at the bottom, version 1.7.4. You can open that. And I've got to drag it down here where you can see it. And you'll see the files in that folder. And you can just simply click on it. Now on Windows, you can just click on the bin file, the binary file, the BIN. Click on that and you can drag it to the desktop. On a Macintosh, I don't think you have to. On a Macintosh, you're going to simply double click this. And when you double click a zip file, it's going to unzip it into a folder. Used to, that folder would be right next to this folder, but in the more recent versions of iOS, for Mac iOS, whatever, it's going to stick it up in the top right of your screen. Okay, so you'll have to go up here to the top right and open the folder, and then you'll see the file. Now, the reason I drag it to the desktop it's going to be easy to find. And now we go back to, this is a very short video, isn't it? But there's not that much to it, really, other than me dragging things around so you can see it. Once you get the file on your desktop, let me drag it back down at the bottom so we can see it. Then you go back and into the software, the GP200, and you're going to click at the top right. There's a wrench, and this is your settings folder. You click that, and it's going to open a window, and that window has got a menu to the left. And you scroll down to firmware update, click on that. Now, it'll tell you to please select a firmware file or .bin binary. I've already got it here because I updated a while back, but you can click the folder file and that will open your folder. And if you have it on your desktop, you can go to your desktop and grab it from the desktop. So I have it up here at the top. And once you have that in here, so if we select this file here, then it's going to pop up a little button that says update now. You just want to click that. Now, when you click that, it may prompt you for a couple of things. It depends on, I don't think this one does. This one's just going to install it, but some of them may prompt you for some information as you're updating it. But when it's updating, you don't want to turn the unit off. You don't want to close the software. You want to leave your computer on. You don't really touch anything until it's done. In the old days, if you did that, it shut it down. It would brick the unit. In other words, you would be out of luck. You'd have a GP200 with no software on it, and there was nothing you could do at that point. I think today, though, with the interfaces, I think you can go back and reinstall it if it doesn't correctly install. But let's not tempt fate. Just don't touch anything. Now, when that's done, your software is not going to update. We're going to do that in the next video. But if you notice, I'm still on the old version here. The next thing you're going to want to do is simply go to your unit. Up at the top here, it says global. Click global. Use the knob here, the parameter knob, and scroll down till you get to about. When you get to about, you can't see it here, but the top line here in the window below that is going to tell you the firmware version. And mine is firmware version V1.7.4. And so we're up to date. Now this is a big update. It brings in the, I'm not sure what they call them again, but it's a type of amp sampling that is a lot of units use that only, but it's a really good sample of an amp. And I don't remember what the files are called, but we'll cover it when we go over those files. But that is it for the update to the firmware. It's real simple. You just need to go through those and go through what I showed you. If you have any questions, drop a comment in the bottom. And again, you have the user manual you can get online. And I'll see you in the next video.